Ugly baby. Ugly baby.
You cannot unsee. You cannot look away. Everybody needs
I know stuff.
Hello, my name is Dr. Ego, and I'm an expert on goofy grandparents who are also babies. Any questions?
Have you ever eaten one of those babies? Because let's be honest, babies are delicious.
Well, I actually went to college for baking.
Why do you keep messing around with your hair?
Go back to your seat. Go back to your seat. Back to your seat.
Will you remember me in a day?
Sorry, have we met?
Why was the snowman upset in the morning?
Pretty sure it's because the dogs were going on it.
I don't know, but it had a big meltdown.
Yeah, because the dogs were going on it.
What do vegetarian zombies eat?
The answer is beef.
Grains.
Beef is a grain.
What has 4 wheels and flies?
A wizard's wheelchair.
A garbage truck.
And a wizard's wheelchair. Magic is wheel.
Knock knock.
Yeah, what do you want, kid?
You are.
That's right, I am.
I thought you would remember me in a day.
What are you doing on my roof?
What's in the BOX box?
In my box is a fleet of 100 nuclear warheads that I got last Thursday. So actually, last Tuesday, I was looking at eBay and I came across this auction for 100 nuclear warheads for $5. So I put a bid on it and yeah, I ended up winning on Thursday and that's when I got them. When I showed up, I was pretty surprised. Like, wow, these are real. I don't know what would happen if like I opened the top. They might just explode. During the daytime, I usually take it with me. I think it's pretty cool to just have some warheads around, like while you're walking around. Well, every day I kind of like drop it on the floor just cause, I mean, yeah, it's fun to do that. And I store it under my pillow so that if anyone tries to sneak into my bed, they explode. I hope to take it all the way to my grave so that I can, you know, go to the afterlife with all these warheads. Having these warheads makes you feel so much comforted, like, it's so great.
For the past years, maybe 5, I've been haunted by a ghost. I know it's a ghost, and I know who exactly it is, because it's the first person I murdered. They've been haunting me, trying to take revenge. The first time we met, it held a knife up to my head and almost killed me. One time, the ghost was hungry. The ghost came to me, holding a knife, and tried to cook me for dinner in a stir fry. They first tried to cut me up, then they tried baking me. I tried banishing it time and time again, but it didn't work. It's still there, and it always will be. Hi there. Do I want to get rid of this ghost? Yes, if I die. But I want to become a ghost. How do you know I'm not already a ghost?
You are very good at organizing your kids' dirty clothes and clean ones. I like the way you put clothes in the right area. The sad, sad tale of Jack the Soldier.
There was a guy in the army named Jack.
After the war was over, a demon killed the general.
The soldiers did not realize that the general was dead.
Because they were chasing a runaway horse that was eating their cheese snacks. Unfortunately for the soldiers, they were startled by a colony of rattlesnakes and the horse got away. Because Jack stepped forward and crushed the snakes with a cheeseburger.
It was then the soldiers realized that they chased the runaway horse all the way to another country.
One of the soldiers asked, "Hey, where's the general?" Another replied, "I think he's napping." Jack made a wrong turn and got separated from the group.
He saw a cave and got scared. Because an army of creepy baby dolls were exiting the cave.
He tried to kill the toys with a cheeseburger.
It didn't work. The toys just ate the cheeseburger.
Jack ran to the cave and saw the dead general on the floor with blood on his heart.
The cave began to flood with ants. There was a woman floating on the ants. It was the general's wife.
She went to the general and ate his heart. And then she told the ants to attack Jack. As the ants were eating him, Jack realized the general's wife
Was a demon.
I know stuff.
Hello, I am the only expert on shower curtains. Any questions?
What happens if you don't use a shower curtain while you're in the shower?
You're done.
Let's say you're falling out of a plane. If you have a shower curtain, could you use it as a parachute?
Yes, just it might rip.
That's great.
What's it like taking a shower? Because let's be honest, I've never done it before.
It's very dangerous. You could easily slip and break your neck.
That makes me grateful that I'm dirty.
What is a shower curtain?
It's the curtain that protects you while you're taking a shower.
That sounds scary.
It is very scary. Carnage.
Thank you.
Boo!
I died in 1598, which makes me one of the older ghosts. And I died by jumping off a cliff. Then I survived somehow, and a couple of eagles ate me.
I was riding on a lion, and then the lion was going insane, so it basically just ran over a cliff, and then I fell with it into this pit of water, and then I came back as a ghost.
I'm very bad at eagle noises.
I died because when I was born because I was a conjoined twin, and for some reason sometimes people cut off one of the twins when there are conjoined twins, and that was me.
No one's ever found my body. It's mostly been eaten by eagles, but there are a couple of body parts that are still there.
I was floating and I was wet, and when I was touching the rocks, my hand went through the rock.
No, there isn't anyone to haunt really.
My mom, a few years ago, she was still alive, so I would prank her,
I don't really haunt people. I more make myself visible sometimes.
I would go inside her bed and maybe take makeup and draw stuff on her face with lipstick. It was fun, but then when she became a ghost, I couldn't do that anymore.
I spent a couple decades in just sitting in someone's house watching movies.
I'm pretty much just there.
Can you show us?
Poof, just show up.
I'd like go into different schools, and then maybe they're bullies, and I would just like scare them so they would stop. I would disappear, and then I would step forward into their face and then just appear and shout boo.
I just kind of talk and like hang out. You are good with knowing the right the toenail to cut first. When you cut your toenails, it makes me think that toenails are the best thing in the world.
What did the pizza say to the chef?
Oh boy, that's tough. Probably something like, "Hey bub, give me some dough."
Don't eat me. I'm just some rotten meat.
Whoa, hey, easy now. There's kids watching this show. It's a dark joke.
Knock, knock.
What are you doing outside?
Let me.
Let you what? Get in here.
Let me in, it's cold out.
Yeah, it's winter.
When do astronauts eat lunch?
Please don't say at launch time, because that's when they tend to explode.
At launch.
Don't encourage that.
What is a train filled with gum
Your
called?
mother is a nice lady.
A choo-choo train.
Oh, I get it.
The granny and the banana.
Hey, look, honey. I can juggle a sword.
A banana murdered his wife by accident and wanted to find a new love. Nearby, there is a granny who is looking for a banana to date.
The banana went to the top of a volcano in search of love.
From beneath the lava, the granny surfaced and saw the banana. The banana was scared because she had emerged unscathed. He became even more frightened when the police arrived behind him.
Unsure of what to do, he jumped over the granny and into the volcano.
The volcano erupted.
Being a nice person, the granny brought the banana back to the house, but she accidentally ate him.
The world-famous banana slug detective, Detective Langer, was in his office and curious. Why had the banana murdered his wife?
He went to the granny's house and climbed in her tummy. He saw the chewed up banana and asked, "Why did you murder your wife?"
The banana thought to himself, "It was because of the taxes." But before he could answer, there was a rumble. They both found themselves swirling in the toilet.
We're experts on
Goofy uncles.
Any questions? How do you know they're goofy-ah and not just silly-ah? Well, there's a difference between goofy-ah and silly-ah. Silly-ah is acting weird, whereas goofy-ah is acting weird and doing weird things.
For example, his goofy uncle also fed a chicken nugget to his pet chicken.
I witnessed the whole thing and recorded a video of it.
What happens when your goofy uncle gets mad at you?
You made the worst mistake in your life and you cannot take it back. Do either of you have a degree? Look at this water. You see that water? You see it? Forget about it. Your uncle has weird stuff in his system. You don't want to know.
You're so good at making your potatoes! I really love your mashed potatoes!
Well, I'm a friendly, more cooperative ghost. But there are ones that are like kind of friendly and solo. There are ones that are angry in groups. There are ones that are angry solo, and that's about it.
You get invited to like ghost pools and ghost parties.
Sometimes I'll play games, but it's hard to but then again, it's hard to play musical chairs when you can't move the chairs out of the circle.
Inside the earth, there's a little ghost shopping mall which most ghosts live in. It's just
small by the center of the earth, very nice and warm. Nearly all the ghosts live there, but there are some that like to stay on the surface in groups.
You can't touch anything unless it's like specifically designed for ghost purposes.
I mean, it's like stuff like special made for ghosts. You can like touch stuff and your hand won't go through, and other ghosts can see you. They're really fun. You get to dance and you get to eat a bunch of cake and pie and bananas.
Soft pretzels, I heard those were really good.
There's a little housing next to it that you don't really sleep as much.
When you're upstairs somewhere, you can just float downstairs or something.
Most of the people in my family are already ghosts, so I don't really miss that many people. I just miss like the things I used to be able to do.
People who die of age just die, but otherwise they become a ghost. Just like humans don't really know if there's an afterlife, ghosts don't know what happens to people who die of age.
Ghosts are just like regular people except dead.
What's in the B-O-X box?
Yes, in this box contains Florrie's moldy barf. Florrie ate a lot of hummus one day, and she said, "Oh yeah, my stomach's super strong, y'all can't handle this." And then she barfed, and then I fished it out of the toilet because I had nothing better to do. Ugh, it smells bad. It's moving on its own right now, and it's a week old, and even though it has the maturity of an 81-year-old human. And yes, scientists have proved that this moldy barf is alive and well. Florrie does know about this, but it's not like she's gonna do anything about it. I'm gonna dump it in a volcano so that, well, the moldy barf disintegrates so that it doesn't attack anybody. I'll probably jump on a plane and go to Iceland. So not only it'll burn, but it'll also freeze because Iceland is cold.
You are so good at reading books! You're a really good page flipper! It's a marvel to watch you read!
I know stuff.
Hello, I am Blobby McBlobface's dad, and I am an expert on fires.
Why does your son like to start fires?
He was born with that natural talent of arson. I can't argue because I do the same thing every day.
If you play with fires so much, does that mean that you are immune to fires now?
No, I actually died to fire once or twice, but I'm okay.
Is starting fires fun? Is it a possible career path?
It's so fun.
Old ladies in suits.
So fun.
Yes!
It's illegal, but I recommend it.
Now, I've heard you and your son are an arsonist, but I've also heard that your wife.
Porpoise.
But I said maybe. Yes.
Who's your dad?
Yes. Yes.
How many generations have been starting fires?
Since the beginning of time, really. So how it works is like the first people on Earth, like they just existed and they started fires all the time. And then that just kept going, and we're just keeping that legacy, you know.
Oh, it's an amazing legacy.
What is a fire?
Yay! I love clapping, I love clapping, I love clapping!
you say that like arson is safe and that it has a future and that like young
Why would
people
his wife
who are young
bring
and
a
interested
porpoise to
in
the
arson
Christmas
can
party?
have a career
It's so confusing.
in arson and that like greedy
Abracadabra,
people aren't
make a
just
child
turning
appear to my
fire
left, now.
less into an art and more,
Wow, it worked. That was
and
cool.
more into just a profit. What do you say? What do you say that? Like, I could be a young man
Don't
who's
tell anybody,
interested
but my
in
hand is a
arson and
snake.
have a future in arson, and I won't be, and I could just like take the career path I want in arson and not have to be taken over by like greedy people who don't really care about the art. And is arson safe?
My head is so heavy.
Yes, first of all, arson is so safe. That's a real scientific fact.
I'm about to tell you a fact!
I think that's real, okay?
Arson's better than technology.
The sad truth, a car catastrophe. One day in San Francisco, my car got stolen.
I figured that out when I was walking down the street to my house.
I was sad because my car was incredibly expensive. On top of that, I had recently spilled orange juice on my car's carpet. To make myself feel better, I decided to watch horror movies until my eyes got baggy.
And suddenly, the power went out.
My beloved horror movies had stopped, and I was left with just a black TV.
I contacted my insurance company, the electrician, and the police department.
The chandelier started creaking, and a cold wind blew through my windows.
The power came back on just as the insurance agent, the electrician, and the police arrived.
They all drove up in my car.
You're very good at being a good friend! You make a lot of friends because you're so nice!
Christmas in